Hello everyone, welcome back to Agri Farming. Today we are back with how to grow pomegranate in the backyard. Growing pomegranate in your backyard is not an impossible task, but you need to be careful about climatic conditions and watering. Pomegranate is a berry shrub or small tree that produces fruit that contains small edible seeds. These seeds are incredibly healthy for you. Not only they will produce tasty and healthy fruit in the fall, but they will provide gorgeous, bright flowers in the early summer. Pomegranates thrive in a warmer climate, but it can be grown outside and is commonly grown in pots indoors and greenhouse since it's very sensitive to cold. The pomegranate can range from a dwarf shrub of 3 feet to a small tree of 20 to 30 feet. The average size of a standard pomegranate shrub is 12 to 16 feet tall with round shape. The leaves have a narrow, lance shape and are glossy. Now, let's see the varieties of pomegranate. Here are some of the varieties of pomegranate. The first is Bhagwa, Ganesh, Arakta, Mrudula, Muscat, Jyoti, Ruby, Dholka, and other pomegranate varieties cultivated in India are Alandi, CO1, IIHR Selection, Kabul, etc. How to propagate pomegranate? The pomegranate tree propagation can be done by seed, by cuttings, by layering, and by shoot-offs at the base of the tree. But the best way to propagate pomegranate is by cuttings. If you are propagating pomegranate trees from cuttings, you get a tree of the same species and cultivar as the parent. Growing a pomegranate tree from cuttings is preferred method of pomegranate tree propagation. Propagation by cuttings is simple and works very well. Soil requirement for growing pomegranate in the backyard. Considering the soil requirement for pomegranate, it can be grown under different types of soil, from low fertile to high fertile soil. However, in deep loamy, it gives a very good yield. Plant can tolerate soils that are limey and slightly alkaline too. Soil having pH of 6.5 to 7.5 is suitable for pomegranate farming. However, pomegranate can be grown on soils that are considered to be unsuitable for most of the other fruit trees. For the most part, pomegranates will adapt to the soil they are planted in, so long as it drains well. The best climate for growing pomegranate in the backyard is light temperature, humidity, and rainfall are considered to be important factors for pomegranate cultivation, and the best climate for the pomegranate is subtropical and even tropical. Pomegranate plants flourish under dry climate and bright sunlight. Pomegranate plants can survive under extremely low, that is 0 degrees Celsius, and very high, that is 50 degrees Celsius temperatures. Pomegranate plants can tolerate frost to some extent and may be considered drought tolerant. The optimum temperature for pomegranate is 35 to 38 degrees Celsius. Usually, like the subtropical or tropical fruit, it cannot withstand cold weather, but there are some species in this genus that can withstand minus 15 degrees Celsius. Frost causes more damage the longer they are delayed. Water requirement for pomegranate in backyard. Water the plant in timely intervals. Appropriate place and desired quality is very important for pomegranate. Watering must be done as a small amount but frequently. Overwatering creates huge losses in pomegranate. The roots become inactive and increase the incidences of fungal diseases. Fertilizer requirement for growing pomegranate in backyard. The pomegranate is not very demanding in terms of fertilization. The leaf fall in optimum time to provide phosphate and potash fertilizers, and at the time of entering into vegetation, nitrogen balance formula. Sprinkle about 1/3 of a cup fertilizer 3 times throughout the first year of growth. Here are some gardening tips to follow while planting pomegranate. Start pomegranate seeds indoors in mid-winter for best results, so that before the spring planting season, they can have a couple of months to grow. Take some seeds and rinse them in cool water, then to remove the pulp, rub them with paper towel. Allow the seeds to dry for a few days to keep them from rotting. Plant the seeds to more than 1/4 inches deep in seed starting potting soil. and lightweight. Put the pot in a sunny, warm window and keep the soil moist as your seeds germinate and grow. You may find helpful to cover the pot loosely with a clear plastic bag until the seeds and sprouted for added humidity and warmth during winter. When the weather starts warms in spring, you can begin gradually hardening off the plants before moving them permanently outdoors. Now, let's get into how to plant pomegranate in a garden. When buying the pomegranate seedling or sapling, make sure that you are not buying a flowering variety that doesn't produce edible fruit. Fruiting trees are self-fertile, so you don't need more than one tree. If you know someone with a pomegranate tree, you can start a new tree with the cuttings. A branch at least 10 inches long can be cut from a healthy tree and the cut end treated with powdered rooting hormone. Plant the tip about 5 to 6 inches into loose potting soil and keep it moist. You will have a longer to wait before you get any fruit compared to a larger purchase seedling, but it can be a handy way to propagate a tree that you know produces well. Now, let's get into the pruning of pomegranate tree. Pruning the pomegranate tree is an art of cutting away a portion of the plant to improve the vegetative growth of the plant and the quality of the product. The parts commonly removed are branches. Pruning helps to reduce water shoots, maintain a low tree profile, properly train and prune trees yield high quality fruit much earlier in their life cycle and live significantly longer. Pruning is essential in both young and old trees. In the winter, pruning the height of the trees is brought back to the desired height. Broken, bent, and interfering branches are removed to keep the interior of the tree open during the growing season. Summer pruning is carried out according to the needs. Now, let's get into the pests and disease of pomegranate. Some of the common pests of pomegranate are fruit borer and caterpillar. Fruit borer can be controlled by bagging your fruits at the early stage with polythene bags. Spray phosphomidone 0.03% or 7 at 4 gram. And caterpillar can be effectively managed by plugging the hole with cotton dipped in kerosene, petrol, and carbon bisulfite and chloroform followed by covering with mud. Nowadays, bagging of fruits is also practiced by farmers. This helps up to a certain extent and also improves food quality. One of the common diseases of pomegranate is bacterial leaf spot. Bacterial leaf spot can be controlled by spraying streptocycline at the rate of 0.5 gram per liter and mixing with copper oxychloride at the rate of 2 gram per liter on 3 consecutive days. The next type of disease is fruit cranking. It can be controlled by spraying a boron at the rate of 0.1%. The next problem faced by pomegranate is sunburn. It is also a major problem if fruits are not harvested at the proper stage. It can be controlled by bagging of fruits, maintains colors and attack of fruit flies. Now, let's get into the harvesting of pomegranates. You can begin to harvest your pomegranate tree when their outside rind has turned deep red. Pick the fruits when ripe, which is usually in early fall. You can tell that they are ripe once they reach their proper skin color and feel heavy. Cut these pomegranates off the shrub or tree, leaving the stem with the fruit. Pomegranate harvesting is starting after 150 to 180 days from flowering to fruit maturity. But it depends on genotype, climatic condition, and growing region. Harvesting of pomegranate fruits should be done at the optimum maturity stage because early harvesting results from the dull, immature, and improper ripening of fruits, whereas late harvesting leads to more prone to the attack of disorders. Fruits should be harvested with the help of secateurs or clippers because manual twisting may cause damage to the fruits in clusters. That's all folks for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to this channel and please ring the bell button to notify you whenever new video is uploaded. Thank you for watching.